Day 60 of the war with Hamas in Gaza, dozens of IDF tanks have rolled into southern Gaza towards the main terrorist stronghold in Khan Yunis. This with Defense Minister Gallant declaring that the IDF will break Hamas resistance. More from ILTV's Steve Leibovitz.
Army tanks move to the south even as the IDF is still operating against pockets of resistance in northern Gaza. The main north-south road has been declared a battle zone. Tanks were seen in the southern part of Salah al-Din Road, with the IDF facilitating the movement of civilians via a bypass route to the west of Khan Yunis. Dozens of Israeli tanks entered the southern part of the Gaza Strip, pushing ahead and expanding its ground offensive in the south as the army advances into areas where it believes Hamas leadership is hiding in underground bunkers. The Air Force carried out strikes against some 200 Hamas targets in Gaza overnight, including cars ferrying missiles and mortars for Hamas operatives, anti-tank missile launch positions, and weapons depots. The ground operation was continuing in northern Gaza as well. The Negev Brigade destroyed Hamas infrastructure inside a school in Beit Hanun that was used by terrorists to attack troops. Defense Minister Gallant said the fate of the terrorists in the Hamas battalions in the south will be the same as those in the north, and worse. Gallant insisted, "We will continue until victory and until all goals are achieved, the elimination of Hamas and the return of the hostages to Israel." The IDF movement in the south has included precise maps to avoid civilian casualties and allows in ample humanitarian assistance, including food. U.S. officials are keeping a close watch on the conduct of the IDF in Gaza, but also showed understanding for Israeli operations.
We do expect to see civilian casualties as a result of this campaign. That is sadly true in all wars. It is especially going to be true in a war in a crowded urban environment where the opponent, Hamas, is using civilians as human shields and hiding themselves, hiding their fighters, hiding their infrastructure behind civilians.
U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan applauded the Israeli decision to inform civilians in advance of battlegrounds to avoid casualties.
Just to take a step back, what Israel has done is it said, this is the area where we are going to conduct ground maneuver. Please, everybody move out of this area so that you're not going to be caught in the crossfire. They have also indicated that there are areas where there will be no strike zones, and in those zones, we do expect Israel to follow through on not striking.
Sullivan is also insisting that there must be ample humanitarian aid, including fuel, allowed into Gaza, and sustained and expanded humanitarian assistance to Gaza with the war ongoing.